Hey my friends, today I have for you a message about the new moon which is coming up on the 6th of October in a zodiac sign of Libra. So the energy that this new moon is bringing to us is truly amazing because it is inspiring us to take some action towards our future, but also it is inspiring us to create some balance in our lives. So firstly, Libra is the 7th zodiac sign on the zodiac cycle, and number 7 represents a logic versus spirit, striving and seeking. It also contains the seeds of positive and negative. So why I'm talking about it? Because number 7 represents always two different parts of one thing, as in each of us we can find a masculine and feminine energy, a positive and negative side. You can say, oh, that person is so positive, but maybe you're just seeing a positive expression of that person. You don't know what is happening within that person when they are feeling bad or something like that. So number 7, which is coming with Libra, is reminding us to take care of both parts of yourself, because we can be as positive as possible, but we can't deny that there's also negativity within us. We all think some negative thoughts, we all experience some emotions which we would call negative emotions. We all do some mistakes in our lives, and we all do also good things in our lives. So what this new moon is reminding us is to create that balance in our lives. Don't force yourself just to be positive, because it's also okay to think negative thoughts. It's all normal. I mean, it's all okay, because through negative thinking, we can realize what is more important to us. Through negative thinking, we can realize what things are not serving us anymore. When we're thinking negative thoughts about ourselves, we become more analytical and also critical. And critical thinking is okay when it comes to improving ourselves. So it's not possible to only think positive thoughts, and it's not possible to only do good things, because therefore we would not learn anything. So we need both parts. And many times I can see in the comments, people think that they need to be perfect. People think that all they want to do is what brings them joy. And it's true, we want to do what brings us joy, but to get the most joy out of our lives, sometimes we also need to do what is hard, because through hard experiences we learn the greatest lessons, which brings us the greatest joy. So sometimes we need to go through hard things, sometimes we need to do hard things, sometimes we need to go through painful experiences, and it's all okay. So this new moon is reminding us that it's all okay. If you feel bad, if you feel pain, if you feel fear, just don't stay there. Finding the balance in our lives will bring us harmony. So there is no harmony without balance, and there is no balance without harmony. So if we want to create balance in our lives, we need to bring harmony in each moment to create the best out of what is happening. Whatever you are dealing with right now, make the best out of it. Whatever you're working on, make the best out of it. Put 100% of yourself into what you're doing. That's how we will create a beautiful artwork. That's how we will create that project the most amazingly. That's how we will finish the exams or whatever you're going through the best possible way. Put all of yourself into it. But don't forget to have fun on that way. Don't forget about yourself. Bring some harmony in each area of your lives means that even if you know that you need to study for the whole day, still take some time and go out into the nature. Take some time and meditate. Take some time and listen your favorite song or whatever it is. You know, dealing with hard things can be easily if we bring some harmony into it. So take care about it. Another thing that this new moon will bring us is also it will inspire us to take action to know yourself better. This is a beautiful energy when it comes to knowing ourselves better. What it actually means. Most people are identifying themselves by the way they think, by the way they feel, and by the way they act. So they say, I am this, I'm doing that, and I'm doing that, but what is lacking is some life. Life is lacking. Because if we say, well, I'm that person, I'm doing those things, is that a fulfilled version of myself? Or I'm seeking for some more life, I'm seeking for some more joy, I'm seeking for some more inspiration. So taking actions towards knowing yourself better means that you are or you will dedicate some of your time to meditate. You will dedicate some of your time to read some spiritual or self-help books, as they are called, to know how your mind works, to know how your emotions works, to recognize that most of the things that we are identifying with are just small experiences as an individuals are going through. But each individual is a part of universal, and that's the unknown part which most of us are still unfamiliar with. But the beautiful thing is that many people right now are awakening to that understanding that we are all part of universal. And more we are disconnecting from our identities, more we are connecting to that universal. Once we connect to the universal, to the divine power which is giving us life, easier it is to move through life, because we know that there's infinite potential in each cell of your body. There's infinite potential within each of us. And if we recognize that infinite potential, we know that we are not limited. If we know that we are not limited, it means that everything is possible. And if we know that everything is possible, we are ready to dedicate our time to create that thing that we are desiring to create, that we know that will fulfill us a little bit more, that will tell us a little bit more about ourselves. Even if we look on the things that we are creating, as we can find in our creations the answers to who we think we are, we will be even more inspired to create. For example, when I've started painting, I had no idea about what I'm creating. I mean, I've tried to put some concepts and visions and philosophies and ideas together, but as I'm looking my paintings now, from 3 years ago to now, I can recognize that as my paintings were evolving, I was evolving as well. And in my paintings, I can find many answers about myself. I can find many realizations about what I went through. At the time when I finished the painting, I didn't realize that yet, but now when I'm seeing my paintings, I can see many realizations about myself. So I'm telling you that each art or each thing that you're creating can tell you a lot about yourself. So if you're constantly doing something meaningless, it can tell you that maybe you're wasting your time and you should invest it into something more meaningful. Think about that. The next thing that this new moon will bring us is also the energy which will uplift us a little bit and inspire us to not be afraid to take what we call wrong decisions. Many people are frustrated because they are afraid that they will take wrong actions, wrong decisions. But there is no such a thing as wrong action. I mean, of course, in the society we could say this is wrong and this is right, but as individuals, sometimes we need to go through those experiences to learn what works and what doesn't work. We can see on the world right now, if we look into our past and if we look into the now, we can see what is not working. So if we would try to predict the future, we could easily say, well, apply more of what is working and that will happen in the future. So if we just look from more positive perspective, we can say, well, the world needs more creative people. The world needs more people which are dedicated to what is important, which are training their minds to focus on what is important. The world needs obviously more love because people are so hateful. The news, the media, there's just fear and hate all around us. We need more love. We need more uplifting messages. But also we need more reminders that all the changes starts within us. So the world needs to be reminded that when it comes to changes, nobody will change your life for you. We need to take those changes into our hands and we need to change ourselves in order to see changes outside of us. So don't be afraid of wrong decisions. If you're working on yourself, if you're evolving, just understand that here and there you will fail. And it's all okay. So don't be afraid of failing. Just don't identify yourself as a failure. As long as we say, I failed, it means also I've learned something. But when we say I'm a failure, it means that you're done as a failure. And that's your identity. So it's okay with failing, and the energy right now is actually supporting you to go through anything, to take those actions, know yourself better, evolve through experiences. The best teachers are our experiences, so don't be afraid to fail. So this is it for today, my friends. I'm sending you all love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.